Thank everybody for tuning in, man. Just want to be able to talk to you guys, get things going, man. I do know that everybody want to hear and talk about the T. Will situation, and that's rightfully so. We should have our reservations on T. Will, but who's next? Who is next? Who's going to step it up next? That's what we really need to know. We really need to know who's going to be able to step it up because we got the Allen Hearns of the world out there, Cole Beasley. We understand what Cole Beasley can do out there in the field. We have Cedric Wilson. We got him out there on the fray. We got Lance Lenore, Noah Brown. We have who else we have out there? We have Odin. What's up, man? Shout out, salute to you and your whole entire family. So we got other receivers out there. We shouldn't get all in a bunch of what T. Will, what happened with him and his situation with the drinking and driving. And word on the street, he wasn't driving when he was when the whole situation went down. He wasn't found in his car. And the police report shows that it was public intoxication. But don't let that lose your mind of what's really going on with the narrative of the National Football League. Not saying that Roger Goodell's had something to do with this. But we'll see what's going to happen with Christian Kirk. Jay Jones, we heard about them last year, right? None of this stuff is going to really pop up like it's supposed to. But we understand that the Dallas Cowboys, when you're wearing that silver and blue, and you have that star plastered on your helmet, that you got so many things that you have to worry about, right? So the thing is also, when you have those type of things out there, when you have everything up in the mix, the Dallas Cowboys still need to stay focused. They need to have the philosophy and the mindset. Who's going to be the next man? I know I got a lot of wind out here, so you guys may hear the wind blowing, but it's just good. It feels good out here walking around. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody that's in the chat box, man. Odin, what's up? T. Will got to get it together. Yeah, he must get it together. And if he don't get it together, then there's other players out there. Remember, there's 53 people on this roster. It's only a spot selected. I think they're only going to go with probably 6 wide receivers. To me, that's kind of healthy, but they might go with 6 or 5 wide receivers. And let me see if I can name them off the top of my head. You got the Noah Brown, who's competing towards the X position. Got an Allen Hearns. Those are two that are going to be the guys that are going to be on the outside. KD Canning, he's more of a slot slash flanker type of receiver. Deontay Thompson, he's more of a slasher, flanker type of receiver. Cole Beasley, we understand who he is. Cedric Wilson, he's going to have to learn and to develop to be a predominantly a Z receiver. So who else we got? Let's see. Shoot. T. Will. I'm trying to think of the starters because we know what Lance Lenore going to do. He's still developing. We can only imagine and think and put our mind together what. Let me see. Cedric Wilson, Lance Lenore, KD Canning. I mean, who else can we think of, man? Deontay Thompson. Yeah, shout out to Vern, man. See, I spread the names out earlier. So it's heavy competition. And the reason why everybody talking about cut T. Will, his contract is not cuttable. And Noah Brown, yeah, I said Noah Brown. Andy Jones, I think they got rid of Andy. I think Andy went to the Tampa Bay, something like that, to their practice squad. But they can bring him back home, you know. Let me see who else we can bring into the fray. Deontay Thompson, KD Canning. It's people, guys. Competition begins today. Everything begins today. OTA start next week. So if anybody is excited and happy of this news of the Dallas Cowboys getting arrested, it's Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk got a public intoxication, got a public DUI, whatever it was. But we already know how this thing flows around. Is that the Dallas Cowboys national media, if it don't happen in the Cowboys nation, it don't happen, you see. So everybody else, if you want to speak on these things, if Christian Kirk played for the Cowboys, then we've been all talking about, oh man, look at the doom and gloom section, right? But he don't play for the Cowboys. And half of the people that's going to listen to this don't even know what I'm talking about. But this brother had pretty much similar situation. DUI, you got public intoxication. We're not going to hear not one word of it. We're not going to hear the national media talking about it. But it just gives Stephen A. This is from, let me see who I can see because I'm walking around. Chop, right? Yeah, give more ammunition for him to say, hey, accident waiting to happen. It does. It gives him a lot of ammunition to say that. It does. And it's sad for us to hope and pray every night that our players don't get arrested or locked up, domestic violence, but it is what it is at this point. We have those type of situations. This happened with our team and nobody else. So with that being said, what we can move on from here is the fact that at the end of the day, who's next? Who's next? Who's willing to step it up? Because, oh yeah, I forgot Gallup. You know what I'm saying? That's who I forgot. I think Gallup is going to be a guy that's going to push for the X position. And I think that it's going to be in between Noah Brown. And I think what they're going to realize with this tape, when Allen Hurns get out there, they're going to say, although Allen Hurns, because you look back at this tape, I think I did a quick film breakdown on him. I think that Okoye did a breakdown on him, and also my guy Vosh Lombardi, and anybody else who did a breakdown on Allen Hurns. They're going to find out that he's more explosive because he got short area quickness. He don't have the long speed. He's more his size. He's 6'3", 6 foot, close to 6'4". They're going to realize to kick this guy inside. You know, he's going to be more serviceable, if that's that word phrase that I can use, pretty much to the inside. And I think that Gallup, once he learns his playbook, once he learns everything, he's going to be more efficient pretty much on the outside, sliding him into the inside. So this is going to be a new flow for the Cowboys, not having that 88 out there, not having an 81 out there, because it's been years, right? It's been years since we didn't have a predominantly pretty much a big name guy, big household name guy. And I'm happy about this because now I'm looking at this roster and saying that everybody have to put their hand in the mix. And Dak Prescott, he's not going to have nobody in his ear saying, hey, I was open. I was open on this spot. You know, I was open at this play. Everybody going to hush. They got some hush-hush guys, you know. And, you know, he's going to spread that thing around. And if you think I'm lying, look back. And I do know that this is kind of crazy for me to say. But if you guys look back at the games that I posted, the 49ers game, and if you can look back at some of the 49ers game in 2016, the Cincinnati Bengals game 2016, and the Green Bay game, what he was doing is he was spreading the ball throughout the entire field. And he did a little bit of that with Chicago too as well. And I do know that everybody popularly are going to say, well, this is the thing. They played against scrub teams. And I beg the difference. Because at the time when we played those teams, I think Green Bay Packers was like ranked third overall in defense against the run. Cincinnati Bengals was top 10 overall in defense against the run. And they was pretty much up there too as well with their wide receiving core. So it is what it is at this time. We have to figure out something to get things going. And I think that Dak Prescott will do that. And that's what it is. Anybody else in the chat box? Who we got here, man? Todd, what's up, man? Shout out to you. Eric. He said, Moolah. Shout out to you. Tavon Austin. I forgot to bring his name up. Guys got to realize and understand that now that we have Tavon Austin, now that you have Tavon Austin, who's pretty much, in my opinion, a faster, more explosive, a guy that's ahead of a Lucky Whitehead, ahead of what we thought that Cole Switzer, Cole Beasley, he's ahead of those guys, right? So he's gonna bring it up, man. Grown Man Sessions, shout out to producer, produced by Jay in the house, man. Yeah, Grown Man Session, man. It's grown, man. Yes, indeed, man. Who else we got, man? Who else we got in the chat box? Dollar Ninja, Nate Brown. What's up? Sitting here walking Fly Eagles Fly from Ronald Darby. That was a big pickup for you guys. I'm sitting here walking around now looking down. I probably stepped into some stuff, man. Might have stepped into some Eagle stuff, man. Oh, it's a piece of tape. I thought I stepped into something else. I'm trying to do multitasking while I get this word out for everybody. I have to blow my phone off of this little thing. Let me know if I'm clear. Move this way. Welcome back to the house. Make it on back in here. I'm gonna keep T Will. He's a good receiver. This from Dollar Ninja. Hey, T Will is T Will. I don't think they're gonna get rid of him because his contract it doesn't speak. It doesn't do you any good. And then with the CBA collective bargain agreement, you can't get rid of him. Because one thing, if you try to get rid of him, this is another thing too. You got to answer to the CBA and you got to pass the physical. So the CBA was designed, the collective bargain agreement was designed so that NFL teams won't dump off injured players to other teams. So he's not able to. He's not going to be able to just go to another team without passing the physical. So I think I put somewhere in the comment somewhere, whereas his by T. Will breaking his foot was a blessing in disguise because what that did was it allowed other teams. What it did was it allowed him not to be tradable basically, and then also by him breaking his foot, it allowed him to as well to be evaluated differently. Now it's up to these younger guys. It's up to Allen Hurns too as well, who's not a younger guy, and a Deontay Thompson to prove that they are worthy to be on this team. So when T. Will foot does get back healed, maybe they can slide him into 1 or 2 games, maybe show that he still have it, and then they can put him on the shelf for 2019 to be traded. Hopefully that's the process and that's the plan. But I digress. So T. Will is going to be on this team unless they just do a hard cut. And if they do a hard cut, you're going to eat the dead money. So it is what it is. 150 targets, only 100 yards. Who this is? Game 0 touchdown. It's good. How retarded can you be? This is from KD Dollars. I mean, you might be talking to somebody else in the chat box. I feel you, man. I feel you. Stats are stats. But to be tradable is to be tradable. All right, guys. So I done made it to my resting point. Hope my daughters are all ready, good to go now. I just want to do a little friendly stroll around the neighborhood and talk to you guys. Because I can't get enough of talking to you guys. You know how it goes. But let me know, man, of you guys' thoughts. The next man up philosophy. Hey, we understand football is a game of inches. Football is, you have to figure out something to get things going in order to improve this team to the next level. I'm ready for some real deal Holyfield football. I know you're ready too, but we will gonna get things right. Chop, you know it, man. Who won the Super Bowl last season? I forgot. Hey, just Google it. You already know. But I'm glad you found your goal. We don't want next man up. I think I done made it to my house and it's trying to connect to my horrible Wi-Fi. But that's all the time I have for today. I really thank you guys for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Let's see if I can just do this then. Turn that thing off. Yep.